Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andrew Davis. Obviously, you're watching this. We're having a comic book hangout. Obviously a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chilled out. I do these now. I'm going to try to do them about twice a month with a bunch of cool people because I can't get to everybody in interviews, and I like to hang out and talk about everything and anything, whether it's comics, pop culture, other stuff, and highlight some cool people and put people together on a panel. And I got my good friend Chris Brown here. I got Alfred Page here, who I'm going to let both of you guys introduce who you are. And we're going to talk about maybe some of your books, what you got going on, and maybe the World Cup, maybe the Indiana Fever. I don't know what we're going to fully talk about, but I figured I would start with Chris. Why don't you introduce yourself, and then you can follow after Chris.
Sure. I'm just Chris Brown. I make board games. I specialize in horror, action, adventure, anything that wants you make you feel like your nuts dropped. That's pretty much what I'm going to make. I write books, novels, um, and you're probably going to have a damn good time.
Yeah, my name's Alfred Page. I'm the creator and writer of Page One Comics titles, Chess, Low Choice Pinpoint, and all related titles of that nature. Been doing it for a few years. I love action, and those are the type of stories you get from my titles.
So I know that Alfred, you got something kind of coming out soon on Kickstarter, and I'm sure I'm going to get you in on my show. And we're going to dive into it more if it's. Because I don't think it's out yet. I think it's still maybe in pre-launch. If it's out there, my bad. I'm misspeaking here. It's been a long day, everybody. So I'm sorry. Yeah. What do you got coming out? Because I know Chris, you always got something coming out, but I figured I'll get that out before we get into something fun, controversial, World Cup, whatever it is. So. Please.
Chris,
me or him? I wasn't sure which one was going on this one.
Whoever wants to take it. Whoever wants to take it.
Go ahead, Chris. Chris. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm making Slaughterville 4. It's the fourth expansion to the board game. It's going to be standalone. You'll have 6 new locations, 4 new villains, 8 new characters. And if you don't have the old ones, that's just fine. You can pick this one up and play without them, or this will merge right in and blend right in with them. I'm also writing the 4th book for Slaughterville called The Body Snatchers, and it's the end of the Fall of Slaughterville saga. And yeah, I can't wait to get it out to you.
Yeah, as far as Page One Comics, this has been a busy year. We did Footpath earlier this year, Footpath Dangerous Nights, which is successful. We started the year with Bear and Bullets, which was successful. Mm-hmm. We just closed out the Hostile Assets crossover Kickstarter, which is amazing. Amazing artwork by Edson Isles, and that's a crossover between me and Haunted Pizza Comics. And that comic book is actually a remake of an Image title called The Kindred. For those that remember that.
Yeah.
So it's basically our version of The Kindred. And yeah, that Kickstarter is closed, but we are still taking late pledges on that. So that's Hostile Assets on Kickstarter. And now we're going into a new one called Earthfall, which is a 100-page crossover with 11 different creators amongst the indie market. So that's really big. That has greats like Nigel Flood, Dan Sin, Peter Brewer, Danielle, C.T. Parker, Roscoe Glutton. So you got a lot of names involved with that, and that 100-page crossover is called Earthfall, and that's in pre-launch now. And that is about all the creators and their characters banding together to stop the alien invasion. So it's a lot of action, and we're having a lot of fun with it. I just did my sampler, which is in the Filbo distribution for this month right now. My sampler, Page One Up Next sampler, has 7 of my new titles. First look at 7 of my new titles in it, and you get to see what I got planned for 2027. All the titles I got planned for 2027 as well.
So I want to ask both of you a question because Phil Russell is a good friend of mine, and he's always been good to me. And he does Filbo, and obviously Preston. I mention his company all the time on my show because I think he works with Preston Poulter, who's also a good friend of mine. So this is my question: is that obviously a lot has changed in comics with Diamond going out of business and distribution being, let's just say, in the nicest way I could possibly think without getting into too much trouble, a nightmare. And that's the tamest way I can say it, without getting all of us in a lot of trouble, because I have a different word that'll be much worse, for what it is. And it's not the word everybody thinks. But you know, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I don't. But obviously, I know Mike Wheeler very well. They're doing something. The Wheelers are doing something. I know everybody has an opinion about them. You know, they're trying to do something. Phil is trying to do something. There's a few others. So I don't know what it's like for you guys, because I am not a comic creator. I don't deal with this. I just buy stuff and sell it. But I'm well aware that it's hell to do this when your printer distributor is not there. I know Ready Comics is an issue. I know that Comics Wellspring is having problems, you know, and I don't know the full extent of this, so I don't want to make any assumptions here, but what is this like for both of you? Because you're more in it than I am, but I just know it's completely fucked up. And I'm curious how you guys feel about that, because you're in it and you're pissing out the castle and I'm pissing in, for lack of a better word, in the great words of Paul Heyman.
Chris?
Oh, sure. I mean, I don't make the comic books anymore, but I know a lot of people that do, and yeah, Comics Wellspring going, basically refunding everybody's order and saying, sorry, you have to, you know, find somebody else. Now, they did give the name of their old parent company and gave you a way to get your stuff printed, but yeah, that puts a lot of burden not only on them, but any of the other printers are now going to be backlogged. So that means it's going to be longer until you get your books done and printed and sent back to you.
Well, I'm not familiar with what happened in Comics Wellspring. Actually, I'm not even sure what happened. I wasn't alerted to that. As far as Philbo and what he's doing with his distribution and his printing company, that's where it's those are the situations that's going to start the next go around. You know what I mean? In the lapse of Diamond and stuff like that, it's going to be somebody like Philip Russell that has the sight to where he wants to go with it or how he wants to take over it. You got other people like Massive, right? You got I use Aaron Kane as my printer, who's been doing fantastic in my last couple of boxes. And now Philbo is a printer now, which I'll be starting using him next month as well. So I look forward to it, and I think, you know, that's the Easter egg that's going to start the next generation. You know what I mean? Somebody that has the insight to put these things together to make up for the lack of what we lost with Diamond. You know what I mean? It's not going to be perfect in the beginning. It's going to be a lot of bumps and bruises. It's going to be a lot of mistakes. It's not going to be successful right away, because, you know, everybody's trying to do something. Everybody trying to make some kind of attempt to do something. So you got a lot of people all over the place, but nothing's going to pick up the slack of Diamond.
Yeah, and it's just like just like when we started getting all these tariffs, if you tried to print overseas, and I know again from the games and stuff, I started anyway looking for U.S. based printers, and there's just nobody here.
That's right.
Yeah, I'd gladly go U.S. if they had them, but yeah, so somebody like Phil doing that, at least for the comic side, is going to be big.
So
it's going to be big, yeah.
I'm in the card business, and you know, I get relics, and they put bases in cards. You have to do that stateside. You cannot do that elsewhere, because the baseball base is in the United States. It would be insane to send that to Japan or China or to Singapore to print it there. And then how do you authenticate it? There's a whole process, and all this stuff is authenticated. It's wild in of itself. But the idea, and where I'm going with this, there's a reason why Topps prints in the United States, Panini prints in the United States, because you're dealing with autographs. And if you start moving around a lot of stuff, and just to give an example of what it looks like, I mean, this is a Topps card autograph of Stephanie Beaucaire. signed by her on card. You print it and then you have her sign it like at an event. I mean, it's not like but that's the thing. And so they've set up shop purposely in the US because that's just they found it to be cheaper, more effective, and well, when you're getting autographs on cards, there you go. Not to mention that even like grading stuff, it's out in California, all of that by PSA, so they don't want to leave the United States. But it's just fascinating because, I mean, again, I don't know anything about this beyond the fact that I run a business and I know how hard it is to run a business. And I know that printing a book is one thing, getting it into a comic shop is another. And I would imagine it's hard to convince a shop to pick up your book also. And even what that is like, and then with the lack of diamond, I mean, I don't know if you two have been in a comic shop in a while, but I was there for Free Comic Book Day, and from the year before, there was less people there on Free Comic Book Day. And it was a fun experience. I had a great time. I mean, it was awesome. Dan Parent was there, who's a big Archie guy, and a few other people were there. But like, it was less people, so I don't know if that's indicative of even just the market. And I'm just curious what you guys feel about this because indie comics is complicated, and comic books in general, I feel, are complicated lately.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, comic books are a luxury product. Believe it or not, it's not just it's not a need, it's not a necessity. It's something that people want, and if people are just struggling to get by, there's going to be fewer people out purchasing. But also, I think it's mainstream isn't giving people what they want anymore. I've tried to look at some of the current comics in mainstream, and it's 98 pages of people looking straight into the camera with a talking head. You know what I mean? Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that in any of their comics. And even those reviewers or even those people that claim to be promoters that say that they promote indies, they don't. They think of indies as Dark Horse, Boom Studios. You know what I mean? Dynamite. They call them indies. They're not. When you can afford, well, they used to be able to afford Transformers, you're not indie. Anyway, it's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I think the indie market is so vast right now, among anything, right? That there's really no way for the indie market to take over because it's so crazy right now. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a good thing that creativity's out there, but it's so overwhelming of indie people right now trying to squeeze into a little spot. It gets hard. So, I mean, that's why I say somebody like Philip Russell trying to make a window for people to get out there as his company grows, a couple of years from now, and his company grows and gets more stores involved and more people involved. That's where it's going to start. It's going to start with somebody having the insight to put a plan together for indies to have that access to get out there. Otherwise, it's just conventions and like eBay or Kickstarter or other means. But the vast majority of it to get across stores in the US is really hard.
Oh yeah.
Some stores don't even do indies. You know what I mean? They're not even following distributors like Philbo or something like that. So you gotta find a store to even consider following them first, and then get your comic book into that store, which is 2 different things. So
let me ask this. Let me ask this because I mean I'm a Barnes and Noble kid, right? I'm 33. I've been going to Barnes and Noble when I used to live where I used to live and grew up. So I grew up in Yorktown. There's a Barnes and Noble, and I remember the manga section was about 1/10 of what the graphic novel section was. And over the course of 25 years, I saw the manga section slowly eat up the graphic novel section and go shelf by shelf by shelf every year. And I love manga. I love anime. I love my Crunchyroll. I'm a huge anime consumer. I watch a lot of that. I read a lot of manga. You know, there's some cool, fun apps that then I subscribe to that are free. Awesome concept with all that. But I guess where I'm going with this is that, I mean, I don't know how you feel, but like, is it even just with shops? Because, you know, I've seen it with comic shops that they're struggling, and it's a real issue where it is. I would imagine it's hard to say, here's my indie title that I just funded on Kickstarter that just did conservatively, let's say $9,000. How do you want to pick it up, even if it's through a distributor or directly from you? Because how do I know that's going to sell? I mean, you know, and if you're a business, I mean, it's hard to spend money on products you don't know if they're going to sell or not sell. And I think that's part of the problem here right now in comics is that, you know, if you want distribution, it's almost like you have to go direct to the market. I mean, this is what even is like live sales are a big discussion, because that's the whole thing that just happened with eBay, and why the CEO of GameStop wants to buy eBay is he wants to push live sales. He wants to push that market. So I think a lot of stuff is happening right now, and I'm noticing it, right? And maybe it's because I run an eBay business, and the reason why my eBay business survives, and it's not a secret, is that my clients want to buy one card. It is cheaper to buy one card from me on eBay with free shipping than to buy directly from the company while the card is still available on the company's site, because it's cheaper.
Oh, wow.
It's cheaper because I get to buy wholesale, and I pass those savings on. And in order for them to buy that one card, it will cost them $12, and it'll cost them $8 with me. So it's $4 is the huge difference. And they only want to buy one card, because the clients I have, they want to buy 1 or 2 cards. They don't want to buy 10, because if they wanted to buy 10, they would get the wholesale price. If they wanted to buy 20, they would get a wholesale price. If they wanted to buy 100, they would get the wholesale price, and they would do it. So my clients are so, I mean, I know I threw a lot at you, but like, I'm just curious what you guys think about that, because that's where I see it. And I find it to be fascinating. And nobody wants to talk to me about this. And this is like the thing I want to talk about. So, you know, because I find it fascinating, because it's business, and it blows my mind. And I like commenting on this, because people think that I don't have a comic book, so I can't talk about it.
I don't have one either, but I'll talk about it anyway, because I don't care. But here's what I see as somebody doing this.
Did you say you see?
He's actually my third cousin. No, he's not. That was a lie.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
But
can't help it.
What I've seen a lot of is local shops saying, stop buying on Amazon, buy from us, buy locally, right? And I'm with that. I will shop local. I'll buy from my local comic book stores, my local game stores, which are now becoming merged, by the way. Comic book stores are starting to go into the board games. But what I do not see is them then going into the community when people come in, like myself or like yourself, and saying, hey, I have my book out, or I have my game out. Can you put it on your shelf? I even offered to do consignment. You don't have to buy it from me. I'll give you a half of it if you sell it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But they are not down for helping. They want you to buy from them, but they do not want you to. They don't want to put your stock on their shelves.
This is my problem with my local card shop, right? I'll go to my local card shop and I'll find a card, right? And I don't mind paying $15 more for the card of the same card on eBay in my local card shop. But when you're charging me $75 more, it's hard for me to say no to eBay, because
that's right.
And I understand there's more overhead, right? But I'm reasonable where I know you have to pay rent. So $15 is not the problem. It's when it's $75, $80, $100 more. And then I go on eBay and I'm like, it's $35 on eBay. Like, what the hell, man? And this, I'm not going to name the store, but I was in the mall. You know, actually, we'll name the store, Newberry Comics, right? They want to charge a pack of V-Friend cards and charge $40 for it. And I go on eBay and it's $22 for the same pack. It's really hard for me to buy from a local shop when we're talking about an $18 difference. And I think that's also part of the problem. But that's just what I think. But, you know, I don't disagree. But sorry to cut you off.
Nah, you good. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Stores are trying to make a certain profit
Mm-hmm.
to hold that position on their shelves, and sometimes it doesn't work out for the indie people. You know what I mean? Because even if they won't take the indie books because all comic books are scarce now.
Yeah.
All of it is hard. DC, Marvel, so they're looking just to try to get things that at least they could get a quarter of profit from. You know what I mean? The absolute DC titles, the Marvel titles, those are, even though they're not moving the same way that like they used to back in the days, but it's hard to push an indie because people come in and you have to introduce that character constantly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what I mean, it's for the most part, every time you sell an indie book, it's to a first time customer. I mean, you got following people that may get a following and people that come back and follow their stories, but your push is constantly a first time customer. So doing that in a comic book store is kind of hard because it just takes up the room on the shelf. When they go and come in there straight for Spider-Man or Wolverine or X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mr. Page.
Say again?
I was just saying, Mr. Page, I don't. Have you ever tried going into and doing a signing at a Barnes and Noble? Because I've tried to get into mine.
I'm actually doing the sign. I'm doing the signing tomorrow in Tampa, Florida. So yeah.
Nice. I say I always
but that's what it is, though. If you don't have a place to sell,
mm-hmm.
That's the whole point. When you do comic books, you need a place to sell your comic books to make the money, to make the budget.
Yep.
And without that, Diamond took a lot of that away. Conventions, people do conventions. People could travel to conventions throughout the year, but not everybody's allowed to do that. People got jobs, family, stuff like that. So the point is, where can I sell my comic books? So you gotta do signings like Barnes and Nobles. You gotta try to find these places that let you come in, that you are allowed to add that to a budget, a monthly budget towards your comic books. Otherwise, you're always in a hole.
So let me ask this, because I'm curious about this, right? Because this is gonna sound crazy, right? So I've had a very different perspective and a different shift in my mindset. My podcast isn't the product anymore. It's part of it. It's actually the distribution, right? The product is me. The product is me. That's what the product is. And it sounds weird because I hate to say that a person's a product, but we look at Logan Paul. He is the product, right? I'm a WWE guy. WWE is not really the product. It's actually seeing the performance, and the wrestlers are the product. And the people and cheering for your favorite wrestler and seeing her or him perform is the product in a lot of ways. And so I'm wondering now, and I'm curious how you two feel about that. Is your book the product, or is it you, the writer? Because, and I'm not saying you should starve, right? But every book for me, I mean, every interview I do, it's like a parcel of land. That's what it is. And every time I cut up a piece of an interview that gets released, it's another parcel. That's another distribution of me, the product, out there. And it sounds really messed up, but I don't know if you, and by the way, this is an open debate. This is just how I view it, right? And maybe it's because I'm starting to think differently now, but it's a very stock-oriented way to think. It's a very Atlas Earth, which I'm a big Atlas Earth player, and this has shifted how I think now too. And full discrepancy and full openness here, but that I'm curious, because if you have 300 issues of a book written, that's 300 things that are published, and I don't think your comic book is. I think it's the distribution of your name. I mean, and this is an open discussion, right? But and I'm just curious because I don't know if my thinking is just because I'm in a completely different space, or if that's how it should be. Because I know Jonathan Hendricks does stuff for Marvel. He does his own indie stuff, and we have creators to do that. And that's how I think and how I view it. But because if that's the case, then it should be that you want to be everywhere as cheaply as humanly possible. because you want your
Mhm.
name to be known, not your book.
Yeah. To do that,
You could
is to
push
gain the
back on me,
interest.
by the way. You could absolutely say, Andrew, you're full of it, you know nothing you're talking about. That's fine. I'll just kick you off my show. No, 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 no.
Nah. I mean, what you're saying is true, but as far as indie, well, nobody's gonna know your name unless they're interested in your product first. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Your product. If you have a product that makes it out, you know what I mean? That hits well. Now you can use your name to sell. You know what I mean? Because now your name's in rotation. Or for people reading in comic, they don't go instantly to the credits they go to the character and the story first. So that's what it is. You gotta grab that attention first, and then if they like that and they appreciate that, then they go back and look at the credits like, hey, who wrote this? I might look for this guy's name. I like the way this guy writes. I'll look for his name again. You know what I mean? So if you see something else come out, oh, it's by this same guy, let me get that again because I like the last thing he wrote. But you have to grab their attention with what you wrote first and the visual of it. I mean, comics is just a visual board, so it's just is what it is.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with. I mean, I didn't know who Joe Mad was. I didn't know who Jim Lee was when I was reading comics in the '90s. You know what I mean? It was.
Yeah.
I looked through it. I thought it was cool, and then maybe 2 or 3 issues later, I looked to see who it was. Now,
That's right.
Now, see, here's the kick in the junk, and I try not to curse, so if I do, please forgive me. Let's take a look at Hush 2, for instance. That's drawn by Jim Lee, for God's sakes, and it's one of the worst books out there. So his name sold the initial couple issues of it, but nobody wants to keep reading it, despite the fact that Jim Lee's drawn it. And it's the same thing. But with indie now, with everybody being so, and in fact, that's how Marvel hires is not talent. Look at their books, for God's sakes. You'd know it that easy. Or Tom King. They hire
Tom King.
Tom King sucks hardcore.
It depends what he's writing.
But anyway, what I was saying is they're hiring more based on social media presence than they are on ability or talent. And if you have a huge following, they're more likely to listen to you. In fact, they don't take quote unquote unsolicited submissions. And if you can build your brand up, if you can build yourself up as someone that people want to follow, they are more likely to pick up your product than not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at oh my God, why am I blanking on the guy's name? I just talked to him, Eric July. He was a personality. Yeah, good guy, real good guy. I like him. He was a big guy in the political thing. Then did the comics, and he's doing really well. I've just bought more of them. And then they brought in Az from that heel versus babyface. Never wrote a comic before in his life, but because people follow him, they put him on a compilation book and are now able to sell that.
What's that? Who, Ash?
Az, A-Z. Yeah. If you've never seen heel versus babyface, it's pretty funny. I mean, he makes fun of, just movies and stuff. Just what I don't know. Okay. I like listening to stuff like that. But yeah, no, if you've never, I'll be honest, early Rippa books were not that great. But nobody's first book is great. You gotta work yourself into it.
You're gonna definitely have to work up.
Exactly.
You get better as you go along.
Very few people come out of the
Sorry, I ramble. I'll shut up. I ramble.
No.
So, you're good.
I want to touch on something though that's interesting, right? I'll mention a name that is gonna people have a reaction on. Fables. I love Fables. One of the early cover artists of Fables was James Jean. James Jean is one of the best artists ever. Unbelievable. And those covers, Fables, unbelievable covers, right? Nobody knew who the fuck James Jean was when it happened. And James Jean he does all this stuff for like Johnny Walker. He did stuff with Sasha Grey. You know who she is. He's done all this stuff, and he's like one of the top artists in the world, right? Unbelievable talent. But they just said, want to do a cover? And he did like 50 or 60 of them. Unbelievable artwork. The point I'm making about James Jean is that nobody knew who the guy was. Did all these Fable covers, and they're like $300-$400 now. Those covers when they came out now today, because nobody. And I want a Fables 1, and I'm hunting a Fables 1 for my collection, my PC. Because I love Fables. Fables is one of my favorite books of all time. I love it. People give me shit for it. I don't really care. I love Fables. I think it's great. I get that in today's world, it's not exactly kosher. I get that Snow White and Bigby, there's something going on. I understand that. And I understand, but at the same time, it's a fucking book, everybody. Calm the fuck down. But you know, I'm sorry. What would I defend? I defend good books and books that in good theory, right? And amazing works. It's one of the top 100 books ever written. That series, that and The Walking Dead, unbelievable. But the point I'm making is that I don't disagree that if you have a following, but I also think that talent rises to the top. Look at Dominic Mysterio. He is Eddie's son.
Look at who?
Clear. Dominic Mysterio. It's a wrestling thing.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Oh yeah, I don't know what you're talking about either. No.
Sorry, I can't help it. But I do think though that if you are, I mean, if you're the right entity, right? I mean, and that's part of the problem, though, isn't it? In comics right now, is that we're not hiring anymore. I would imagine. I mean, I think to a degree, like I think Scott Snyder is an amazing writer. I don't think everything he writes is great. I actively and openly criticized AD After Death that he wrote with Jeff Lemire, and I hated that book. And he shot me a message on Twitter because he follows me on Twitter, and he's like, "I'm sorry." And because he read the review, and my review was a fair criticism where I said my problem with the book is the concept and the art was fine. It was half the book was prose in script. What the fuck?
With what? Prose in script?
Prose in script. I don't think people understand that. I don't know how to read script. I had to legitimately ask my mom to help me read that book in a comic book, and I'm an avid reader, and I was struggling. That's a problem. I mean, but I mean that's just. But he read it. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'm not trying to be like a dick to your book, man. But like, this didn't work. But I think he's an amazing writer. I think he's an amazing writer. And I know, and Tom King's been nice to me, you know, but and I think Tom King writing Batman, I think he did a decent job with that, but I think it's also what you're writing. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, I don't consider Tom King to have a huge following, but I'm trying to think of somebody who does, who's not very good at what they do.
There was some, what you said there was actually,
wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Really well done. Because do you guys know Jim Zub?
Jim Zub?
Yeah. Z-U-B, I think Z-U-B or Z-U-B, something like that. Doesn't matter.
Can't say I do.
Because when he was at Marvel, some of the books they had him on, they weren't the best, right? But as soon as they threw that guy on Conan over at Titan, he flourished, because sometimes it's the character that you're given, the type of story that you want. Like I couldn't write.
And the freedom. Yeah. And the freedom too.
Yeah. I couldn't write a space story. It's not my thing. I would be bad at it. I admit it.
I can't write a Western. I refuse. I would fail horribly. I love space. I love like space operas. Give me a space opera, I'm in.
But that's the thing I like about the indie books like yours is when you write what you love, what you're passionate about, then it comes across.
Yeah, you enjoy it more.
Exactly. I can feel that.
You enjoy it more, yeah.
Just looking at your art. Sorry, I don't mind, but I was looking at I wasn't being a creeper. I was looking at your books and stuff, you know. And I could
me?
see it.
Oh, yeah.
I could feel how much you loved what you guys were doing in that thing, you know, and
Yeah.
that means a lot whether I'm going to back it or buy it, you know?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to work with some incredible teams, especially the latest books that's coming out. I've been lucky enough to work with a dream collaboration of Mark Portran from Evangeline Comics and Haunted Pizza, his team, which Enrico Botto, Mike Mahan, Dexter Weeks. I mean, these are people that have been around a long time, Image and other places that it's like a dream come true to work with them. So, I say it now. It's like my submission just got through. I used to submit to Image Comics all the time.
Nice.
So I'm like, oh, my submission finally got through. It's not Image no more, but it's the same. It's the team, and we're doing it, and we're having a lot of fun with it. And now, when you first started out, like anybody else, you write to, like you said, fit a certain aura, right?
Mm-hmm.
A story guideline, and that guideline doesn't work out for everybody. I mean, now I just write what I want, so it's a lot more fun. The action's more fun and more passionate. But when you're trying to write to guidelines that's not necessarily yours, or write for somebody dependent on somebody else's guidelines, you kind of lose it. So that's why you say that writer probably, at Marvel, he probably had restrictions or directions that he had to follow. And then when he went to Titan and Conan, he could let go. He could do his interpretation without the overhead. And now it shows better because now he doesn't have the restrictions that he probably had before.
It's interesting you bring this up. So I mean, there's interviews that I've done that you can tell that I had carte blanche to do whatever I wanted to do. And I got away with murder. There's about 3 of them, maybe 4, right? And they're all definitely not appropriate for Chris. I'm sorry, Chris. The Sasha Nakamoto, if you've seen that one, the Evie Akasha and the Lilith. Oh my God! Just you watch those interviews, you're like, what the fuck are you watching? But I digress. Yeah. So sorry, I got distracted by the private message.
Sorry, that was me.
Yeah. My bad. But I was also listening to Bill Maher, and I think you just had Taylor Sheridan on. And what Taylor Sheridan was explaining about Yellowstone and Landman and all of that stuff, he said, I create TV shows that I want.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want it, somebody else must want it. So I'm in the process of right now, just as an aside, and I'm not trying to promote myself, but I'm in the process of creating a free card class and multiple just short videos of just information for my other YouTube channel. And this is the stuff that I wish I knew as a starting card person. And my theory in the process is the following. If I want it, maybe somebody else wants this too. And maybe somebody else can benefit. And maybe somebody else will be like, man, this is really helpful. And that's my theory. I was saying to myself, I would have wanted somebody to explain to me what a numbered card is and how it works, or how to calculate a print run, or how to, do you buy packs? What do you buy? How do you buy this stuff? What do you pay attention to? All of that stuff. Or even what is grading? In a simple format, what is PSA versus CGC grading in cards? How does it work? What is price structure? All of that stuff is something that I would have wanted when I started this journey 18, 20, 3 years ago, because it would have been really freaking helpful to me when I started. And that's my theory, is that, so you guys talk about writing. I mean, write what you want, but it's also like, if you want, unless you're really weird and you're out there, and that's fine too, but I think a bunch of people say, I want a Western, or I want some horror, or I want space opera, or I want some covert spy action. Like, I think those are pretty big categories that people want. I mean, but I also think that look, there's somebody who wants some steamy lesbian romance thing too. I mean, I think there's a big enough audience for that too. I don't think things are so crazy out there. Is my point.
That's right. That's right.
But I don't want to push too hard on this. I want to get to some fun stuff. Obviously, we got some other stuff going on in comics. I mean, but there's a lot of other stuff. But I want to talk about the World Cup because that's the fun thing. Is we got Argentina versus Spain, and that's I don't know who Red Fever players is, but it is a romance, man, or it's a bromance. We don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out here. We're working on it. It's tough, you know. It's like building a rocket ship in midair. Which is the story of my life. But I do like a good romance novel.
Pimpin' ain't easy.
What would you say?
I said a wise man said, "Pimpin' ain't easy."
Pimpin's not easy. Yep.
I mean, I'm building a rocket ship in midair, everybody. So, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it. And unfortunately, it's a lot harder than I realized. I thought it wouldn't have been as hard. Apparently, it's super hard to legitly try to pivot your whole business in the middle of it working. I don't want to talk about it. And then oh my God, just Argentina doesn't help. Oh my God, that soccer team gives me a heart attack.
Wow.
I can't wait for this World Cup to be over in like 2 days. Oh my God!
What team are you going for? Who are you going for again?
Oh, I was actually I'm rooting for Argentina for not the. I was rooting for France and Argentina because I wanted the rematch, and France killed me. But I only had $25 on France, so it wasn't like a disaster. And I had no money on Argentina in the last game because I just couldn't do it. After that Egypt game, it was just way too stressful. Turns out though that if you don't have any money on a game, it could be just as stressful, if not more stressful. And that's what I learned. I think what was it? They played either Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh my God, I was so stressed out for a different reason because I had Messi cards in my eBay store, and if they lost, those sales would have gone down, and they won, and the sales went up. So I have a vested interest in Argentina winning, but not because I'm going to put money on Sunday on that game. It's quite the opposite. So I'm very, very big on Argentina. And also Zenescope just released an awesome cover of a cute girl in an Argentina jersey, and I have to figure out how to finance that puppy because, well, I just love that cover.
Zenescope.
Yes, but because I think that cover is actually a really good cover, and it's really fun, and it's like old school.
It's related to the World Cup. Is the cover related to the World Cup?
Yeah, they did a World Cup set. Yeah, they did a World Cup set of covers. It's pretty sick. The Mexico cover wasn't good though. It didn't deliver. It didn't deliver. The others delivered nicely. So like England was good, Germany was good, Spain is good, Argentina is awesome. The United States is awesome. It's Robin Hood. I'm a big Robin Hood fan by Zenescope. I have a good relationship with them. Yeah. So but oh my God, just Argentina, just very stressful, not fun. And I hate the WNBA as much as I hate the World Cup. Now because super stressful. Did you see the Fever game? Did you see the Fever game tonight? Oh my God, just
Was it good? Was it good?
They won, but it wasn't fun. It was horrible. It was a disaster. I'm sorry.
Who did they play?
They played the Storm.
Who did they play?
The Storm, and it was terrible. They were up by 17 points, and then pretty much they gave back all those points in the third quarter, and they were down by 8, and they barely squeaked by. And I was just like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is going to be the future of basketball, really, female basketball. But she's going to need to put some years in to have that leadership and have that atmosphere that that she could run the team.
I'm gonna say something that's a hot take, right? Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are Magic Johnson and Larry Bird for the WNBA. And what Magic and Larry Bird did for the NBA is the reason why LeBron is rich. Undeniable. without
Okay,
Larry
yeah,
Bird and
I consider Angel Reese like a Dennis Rodman, but
no. What those two women did for the WNBA is they got those women
oh yeah,
$1 million contracts.
yeah, popularity, yeah.
Undeniable.
You
I'm
know,
not saying
I kind of think they overstepped a lot of other people. I mean, I know Caitlin Clark came in um very high respected, but Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. No, Angel Reese is a social media star.
I don't
Caitlin Clark is a
disagree.
basketball star. Caitlin Clark is a basketball star. So Caitlin Clark is going to be the face of the WNBA. Angel Reese is a social media star.
I don't know.
There's
What
a
do
lot
you
of people
think, Chris? I want Chris's opinion on this. I really want Chris's opinion on
yeah,
this.
a lot of people know who Angel Reese is, but they don't necessarily know her for basketball. They don't watch the WNBA. They watch her from her social media and other things that she's doing. They don't necessarily watch her games. Caitlin Clark doesn't really do anything outside of the NBA that's not related to basketball. So she don't do it social media. She's not posing in bathing suits and things like that. All her attention or what you get to know her for is because of the WNBA. So she holds a different
Chris has to explain
level.
what just happened. I'm sorry to cut you off because we're gonna get back to this, and I want to know what the fuck just happened because I'm so confused. And there's something in my drink. I can tell you that.
Well,
It's been
anyway.
a long week.
No, two things. One, yeah, no, I was just responding about the Spawn thing, and I said it was good in the '90s, not so much now. But no, I agree with exactly what Mr. Page. Mr. Page, do you like Alfred, or what do you want me to call you?
Page is fine. Yeah,
Page?
Mr. Page might. Yeah, Page is fine. Mr. Page is. I'm not that old yet, so Page is fine. Page is fine.
All right. So I absolutely agree with what you're saying because it goes back to that whole thing we were just talking about with social media being the way that people connect with you. So then they would come and watch you. So if they're not connecting with this chick, which I don't watch WNBA, NBA, I don't watch sports at all, but it's interesting how
WNBA, right?
Oh, I'm not anti. No, not at all. I'm all go for it. But no, I was just saying that's a real good point because just what we were saying earlier. Sorry.
I'll throw something out there, right? Sophie Cunningham, right? So Sophie Cunningham is one of the most popular WNBA stars, and she was just in Sports Illustrated, their swimsuit edition, right? And she's awesome. She's got a personality. She was just at the UFC event.
Yeah, she had a viral moment with the pointing.
Oh, with Max Holloway, it was awesome. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Disappointing.
She just did UFC too. She just did UFC as a ring girl.
Yo, it was great. It was great. That's what I was talking about. The pointing with Max Holloway. Oh, it was brilliant. But that by the way, whoever put that $900,000 bet on Max Holloway to win, good on you, man. Good on you. Somebody put a $900,000 bet on Max Holloway to win that fight.
Yeah, but that fight wasn't even a fight. That fight didn't even do nothing. What, the first kick he lost his knee?
He blew out his knee. Yeah,
I mean they're gonna run that back. They're gonna run that back very soon.
That was rough.
Sure.
That was rough. That was a rough fight, man. That was rough.
It wasn't even a fight. It wasn't a fight.
Good card.
It was one kick. He lost his knee, and that was it. So
Patty Pimpleton, awesome fighter. Great fight for him. Good on him. I mean, UFC 250 was fun. Josh Hokett on that whole thing. I mean, that wild. Just we can get into that too. I mean, that was crazy what Josh Hokett said. And if you know what Josh Hokett said, he took a shot at Alex Pereira and he took a shot at Michelle Obama, and that was crazy.
You talking about the guy that said something about Michelle Obama at the White House UFC?
Yeah. Cool event. Awesome event. Really fun to watch. But I want to see Alex Pereira beat the shit out of him. I would love to see Alex Pereira fight Josh Hokett. I think it's coming. Josh Hokett is a heavyweight who fights like a lightweight. The guy's got mad skills. I didn't like what he said. And neither did Trump. And that says a lot. That says a lot.
Mm.
Trump was uncomfortable. Dana White was uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Rogan
yeah,
was uncomfortable.
definitely.
Everybody in that ring was uncomfortable with what Josh Hokett said.
That's yeah.
But Josh Hokett, we talk about popularity. Josh Hokett for about 2 days was the most popular UFC fighter in the company. He probably made millions of dollars off of what he said. He probably gained a lot of
Yeah.
followers, and he gained a lot of attention. And Logan Paul said it best: the currency in America is attention. It's not, but it's crazy. But we're sidetracked talking about Josh Hokett. Comes out to Hulk Hogan's theme song of all things too, which is just wild. I digress. But I'd rather look at Sophie Cunningham all day. I want one
Yeah,
date.
Sophie is an uprising star. She's definitely starting to make a movement. But again, she's making viral movements. It's different as a representative as a basketball. When you're making viral movements, Sophie is going. She do the UFC. She's doing things. So her name's going to grow bigger to people that don't watch WNBA. They're like, who's this girl? You know what I mean? Because that's how you get viral TikToks. She got a TikTok page now. She's doing all the dances and she's doing all this. So she's definitely going to grow her name,
right? I mean, she just basically started showing her butt, essentially, and it got a lot of attention.
Well, I mean, she's trying to be a little bit more attractive. You know what I mean? But she's doing the dances now. She's doing the TikTok challenges. So her fame and her notoriety is going to grow. Huh?
I'm single. I mean, one date. That's all I want. That's all I'm going to need. One date, just one date. That's all I want. And if that doesn't work, I got a plan.
Things happen. You never know. You gotta go to the game. You gotta go to the game with Sophie. Will you marry me? T-shirt.
I'll just hold up a sign. Will you marry me, or at least sign an autograph for me on this card?
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. That's how you gotta do it. That's how you gotta go to the game.
And then if that doesn't work, I'll go to a Sparks game and be like, Kelsey Plum, please, I need a rebound.
Yeah, Kelsey Plum is a cutie. Yeah.
Kelsey Plum.
There's another one. There's another one. That Asian one. I don't know her name, but my God, she's beautiful.
Caitlin Chen or
I don't know. Not the big one. This one that's really big, but not her, but the other one
on the Liberty.
Maybe one of them. I just happened to see her. I don't even know her name. I was like, wow.
Isn't AJ Wilson like dating Bam?
Bam. Yeah, Bam. Bam is dating the basketball guy. Yeah.
No. Aja is dating Bam Anabino. That's the rumor. I don't know if you knew that.
Aja, the tall girl from the Aces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dating the basketball player. Yeah.
Yeah. On the Heat, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm sorry because you're so out of the loop. It's terrible.
But but those people, like I said, viral fame is different from basketball fame. Caitlin Clark is strictly WNBA. She doesn't do the TikToks. She doesn't do anything that's viral. Every time she's in the conversation, she represents the WNBA, and that's why she's going to be the face of the WNBA. People like Sophia that's growing in viral moments and Angel Reese and social media and TikTok. It's a different fame than
you would agree. You would agree that like Paige Buchers is more strictly basketball. A little. I mean, she's in the CarMax commercial, but that's not really basketball fame, right? If you're in a commercial, like Caitlin Clark does State Farm, Paige does the CarMax commercial. That's not fame, right? You don't really see Paige doing social media. So Paige is going to be there. Juju Watkins is going to be there more so than Angel Reese and those. But at the same time, I love Angel Reese. I think Angel Reese is awesome. She's fun. But I think what Angel Reese has done is just as important. But
I don't see Angel Reese in it for the long haul. I really don't see Angel Reese in it for the long haul. Angel Reese is gonna go off. I think she's gonna go off to something else outside basketball because her fame and her recognition is not necessarily linked to her basketball. It's linked to her looks
So
and
she's
things
not
like
going to
that.
be
So I
Cheryl
think she's gonna go
Swoops then.
into
That's what you're saying.
I think she's gonna go into like some kind of marketing, maybe a lipstick line or wig line or something that her social media fame is going to be more productive than the basketball.
All the face.
Yeah,
I can't help it. Just put her in a WWE ring. We'll be fine. Like Lash
yeah,
Legend.
that's right.
Lash Legend was in the WNBA. She's a wrestler, and she made more money in WWE in her first year than she did in her whole WNBA career for the first year.
That's right.
That's insane. And Lash Legend is going to be a major star, and she's going to make millions of dollars as a wrestler. But what do you got to say, Chris?
I was just looking that Sophie Cunningham. I remember her now from the pointing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they tried to, cancel her and all that crap, but Adidas just gave her a shoe. Now, again, would they have done that if she wasn't so social media savvy and popular?
But
that's what I'm trying to tell you. Social media is a different celebrity status.
So what happened though with her, and it's tied to Caitlin Clark, is that a girl bumped Caitlin Clark, and Sophie.
Yeah, she threw her down to the ground.
And she got into that girl's face, and she got suspended for a game. And the day that she did that, her jersey sales were like the top jersey sales for 2 weeks. Because people said, man, this girl's got her other teammates back. And then she became known as the enforcer. So there is something to be said about that, though, where when somebody showed loyalty to Caitlin Clark, got in it, got a double technical, got kicked out of the game, and as a result of that, she got like 400,000 followers in it like a week. I mean, I don't think that was because she's popular. I think that was because somebody said, "Fuck, this girl is got Caitlin's back," and it wasn't necessary for her to do that. It wasn't.
But now she's gonna overlap Caitlin. It's the issue. She's gonna overlap Caitlin because she does things outside of basketball.
I agree.
Like I said, she does the TikTok dances. She does. She's twerking all over the place. She you know what I'm saying?
Which is why I want to marry her. Why can't we all understand this? I just want one date. That's all I need. One date. Dave and Buster's. I got this thing figured out. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, so she's gonna become bigger than Caitlin Clark. If Caitlin Clark stays in basketball,
I'm just saying
limits herself to just basketball.
I have no problem signing a prenup with her. None. I am comfortable with my economics if I come home to that, which is Sophie Cunningham. I have no problem. And if that doesn't work, in basketball, you get a rebound, and that's called Kelsey Plum. So now we know my strategy. I have no problems. If that doesn't work, we'll figure it out from there. But anyway, I digress. I am out of topics, which is a problem. So anybody see Toy Story 5?
No,
I saw Masters, but I didn't see that.
Did anybody see Supergirl?
I didn't see that either.
I didn't see Supergirl. It just didn't happen. I saw Toy Story 5. Loved Toy Story 5. Thought Toy Story 5 was.
I didn't see that either. Yeah. Okay.
It was not Toy Story 3, which is perfect. Toy Story 3 was great. Toy Story 3 was a perfect movie, and they should have stopped while they were ahead. But Toy Story 5 definitely was. It wasn't horrific. It was good. It was solid. I thought it was a better Disney movie than most of the stuff they put out.
Okay.
And I like the fact that they were tackling old toys and technology toys, and I like the fact that they were also dealing with the fact that how do you get your kids off of technology toys and integrate it in. And I thought it was a really cool message at Disney. I think they banged it out pretty nicely. And then it wasn't woke, for lack of a better word. And I thought it was a solid movie, and I think it was good. It was a good Disney Pixar movie. But that's how I feel about it, and I enjoyed it. Moana, not gonna go see that. Not anytime.
The live action?
Oh, of course not. No, thank you. That movie. I mean, I like the animated version of that. Moana, nah, not my thing. Not gonna go see that.
Yeah,
Now
live
he's
action. I've been trying to watch a live action Avatar on Netflix, and it's a little rough to watch.
you think? You think?
But they did good with One Piece. So I mean, they had, they could have done it.
One
I mean,
Piece.
it's not bad. I mean, actually, it's much better than the last one they did. It's actually cartoon accurate, but still, it's a little hard to watch still
Okay.
compared to watching the
Hold on.
animation.
What would you say about the last Avatar they did, or what are you referring to?
The first Avatar movie they did.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Korra for a second, because Korra was pretty solid overall.
No, the first Avatar live action, not the cartoon.
Oh.
The first live action Avatar.
I misunderstood. I misunderstood.
good.
I'm sorry.
Who the heck was the guy that did
I'm
that?
a huge Avatar fan. I don't know if you knew that either. I'm a huge Avatar fan.
Yeah, me too. But that's what I'm saying. That this Avatar that they got on Netflix now is a much better representation to the cartoon than the first one they did. It's just still hard to watch without the antics that the cartoon allows. You know what I mean? The facial expressions, the move. You know what I'm saying? Now you're doing the live action, and they can't really capture the same magic in the same way. You know what I mean?
So, let me ask you something. If you had a chance, right? They came up to you, let's say Netflix, Amazon, somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, we want to make a show about your comic. Pick any one of them."
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "What do you want it to be? Live action or animated? Which would you pick?"
Animation.
Why is that?
You get to have a broader effect with animation. Look at X-Men '97. You know what I mean? Look at like Avatar, Korra. You get your expressions and your movements. You could play with a lot more in animation than trying to find an actor or an actress that captures the same energy and stunt doubles and movement. You know what I mean? So when it comes to action, animation is always going to be better.
I'm going to ask you a follow-up on that too. I'm going to ask you something also. I mean, because this is the other thing too. Do you think that there's more merchandising opportunity with an animation versus even just a live action? Because, and this is a real business question, because I think there is. I mean, I think there's
of course.
I think it's easier. I think it's easier to merchandise anime or animation.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. You know what I mean? Not to say that people don't. I mean, yeah, you got live action Star Trek, Star Wars, and the Superman movie that came out, which I didn't like really, but it's never going to compare to the animation level of the same characters. You know what I mean? It's none of the movies. There's no live movie going to compare to the fame of a animation when the animation has so much.
I don't know though. I think
more
One Piece is the closest. I think that One Piece, what Netflix has done, is the closest that anything has ever come to, from an animation to.
I never saw One Piece. I never watched One Piece.
You're lucky. You are so lucky. You get to be spoiled. You are lucky. You are the luckiest person in this room right now, because you get to experience it for the first time. So you don't get to ever complain ever again today, because you are lucky. You have a gift now. You have been gifted something. You get to experience something that is so good and so wonderful for the first time. You get to experience amazingness, and you are been gifted, right? And especially off of the rebound from Avatar live action, you're gonna be like, it's gonna be night and day. You're gonna be like, oh my God, everything is right with the world.
Wow, let's see. My daughter's boyfriend's a big One Piece person, so they watch it all the time. They're really heavy into it.
I just bought a card that is One Piece-esque. So it's Leaf Metal Imaginations, and the artist did a character. I forget who it is, a sports guy, as I think one of the admirals from One Piece in a sports card. It's a basketball player. It's great. It's a fun one. I'm super excited for it, because it's just like reimagining characters in cool ways, and pretty cool guy. And the guy who did the card, he does all these animations. So he did like the Knicks versus the Spurs in Attack on Titan style. It's so interesting. Webby versus Brunson. It was Whitebeard versus the Marines. And so it's a Webby and the Spurs on the Marines and Brunson's like Whitebeard. It's ridiculous. Brunson's Luffy. I think Cat was Whitebeard. It was sick. The animation. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. In every right way and every wrong way. And it was great. But the point I'm making is that you are lucky. But that's so interesting. What about you, Chris? What would you want for Slaughterville? Look who decided to show up. Look who decided to show up, and he leaves.
Well, hold on.
Ask your mother.
Yeah, hold on. Something happened. Hold on.
Of course, something happened. I haven't seen you in like a year and a half. This is my former co-host of a wrestling show. That yeah. So welcome back.
Welcome back. I think I fixed it. There it goes. Is it fixed? Am I back?
Good evening.
All right.
So this is Keenan. He runs a comedy channel, and like 65, 70 episodes.
Wow.
I don't know. We did a lot. But then WWE had to start sucking balls, so I had to bounce.
That's okay. I thought they became average.
No, it became, dude. I was sitting there watching YouTube. I was trying to get ready for the show every week, and I just come up with all these complaints. And I watched people that were complaining and screaming at their screen, and I'm just like, I don't want to be those people. So I was like, dude, I have nothing good to say anymore. I'm so sorry, but I had nothing good to say about them. So my bad. What were y'all talking about? I apologize. I just jumped in.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's life.
Can we not talk about the WNBA?
We're not talking about the WWE or the WNBA unless you would like to, Keenan. I mean, I know it's your favorite thing.
I do. I'm such a big fan of WNBA. It's like basketball without dunking. It's great.
No, we're talking about like live action stuff on Netflix, and obviously Chris does board games, and Alfred does a comic book. And Chris asked him the question, if he could have a live action of his comic book, one of his characters, or an animated version. And I was just throwing the question back to Chris.
No, I would go live action. I want to see it. I want to see it live action, although I fully admit that they would be able to do the horror stuff a little easier with animation. Maybe like the Castlevania stuff. That would be good.
Yeah, I just happen, this year I'm stepping into a horror writer too. I just did an insert in there's a new horror anthology coming out from a second site called Acts of Random Killing. I got an insert in that called Identical Kill Twins, and another one inside my sampler called Hello, which is my trying to play around my horror writing style and see how that goes. Enlarge your resume.
And then since Keenan walked into the room, I heard the environment, which you're always welcome on my show, Keenan, anytime. Why don't you introduce yourself for everybody who doesn't know who you are, because you have a fun resume. Well, I just stretched my legs for a second, so.
Who was he talking to? Was he talking to
You.
one of y'all? Or me? Okay, my bad.
No,
I'm so terrible. My bad. Somebody else was talking about some horror stuff, and I was really interested. And he's like, "Oh, Keenan, take it away."
Please.
That's messed up, bro. You don't help me out at all, man. All right. Well, anyways, I run a YouTube channel. It's called Bob's Product. We are 36, almost 37K strong at the moment. We go live. We try to go live twice a day, and we just kind of hang out and play Dungeons and Dragons. But I use ChatGPT as the dungeon master. She tells us, she comes up with a story. She does everything. We just sit there and play along. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean,
You should talk to Chris about that. So Chris does board game stuff. So I don't know how you feel about that, Chris. Well, I go, and I'll be back in a minute because I'm going to the bathroom, everybody. So y'all can figure it out.
You could have just left, dude. You could have just said, "Take it away, bro," and then left.
Yeah. You know how he is.
I just wanted to give you somebody the reins, and I figured
too much information, bro. Hold on. I want to hear about the board games. Let's go back to the board games and not your bathroom usage.
By the way, I'm going to be waxing my test. What?
Right? Right?
I'm doing that too, but not the point. I would like to respond to that.
Y'all can't see what I'm doing underneath the desk right now, so shh.
Wow.
I'm too poor to afford a desk. I want to make that.
What happened? How long do you have a mic on and going to the bathroom, dude?
I know, right? I don't want to hear any water drops here, buddy.
Right? It's like you're gonna do that intermittent peeing thing like an old man. I'm sorry. I just watched The Hawk on Netflix and he did that intermediate peeing thing. Sorry, I can't get my words out. But please tell me about your board games, dude. I'm so sorry that his bathroom got in the way.
No, it's all good, man. No, I make all kinds of different board games, RPGs, novels. In fact, speaking of Mr. Page there, I did one that we didn't publish yet called Indie Comics Battleground, where we bring all different indie comics characters in, and it's like a head-to-head competition, 1-on-1, 6-on-6, just like a good time.
Right.
Yeah, so I've been making games since 2012-ish.
Dude, I'm a novice at it, and like I said, I use chat. Like literally, I tell ChatGPT, "Hey, make us a quest. Like pick out 7 characters, make one of them named Keenan,
Nice.
and let's go." And whoever comes through my thing, I'm like, "Do you want to? What do we do? Like, just kind of choose your own adventure. You know the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing, man."
Yeah.
But I mean, the problem is that I also intertwine it with getting drunk. So a lot of times, I completely forget about the quest. Like somebody's like, "Hey, can we get back to the quest, dude?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, my bad, guys. Here you go, ChatGPT. Let's go." My bad, guys. That's cool, man. I wish I'm a novice, unfortunately though. I wish I was cooler at it or better with it.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody tries to be that critical role and stuff, but they don't actually play RPGs. They just sit around and they're voice actors telling a story. You know what I mean? Or if you've never seen them, trust me, you don't want to. Anyway, I shouldn't be saying that. That's a good
No. I mean, dude, it's crazy how people love. It's amazing how people come in like we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Like, well, we only do that on Thirsty Thursdays, man. I try to intertwine that with stuff because a lot of people don't get into it. And every different night on my channel, I try to do something different.
Nice.
So, we always try to do something crazy. And I've even used ChatGPT to do tarot card readings and stuff.
It has just as much accuracy.
Well, exactly, because I just tell her, like, "Hey, who wants a tarot card reading?" They're like, "All right, ChatGPT, pick out 7 cards. Let's go."
Yep.
And she just reads them off and tells them, like, "Oh, here we go." And it's because I saw somebody on YouTube Live, this chick, she was doing tarot cards, and I was like, okay, cool. And I try to be supportive to other channels and stuff. I'm like, cool, how do you do a tarot card? She's like, well, it's $35 for it. I was like, who the hell are you for $35? Just because you have boobies? No, I'm not.
I got boobies.
Well, I got my own boobies. Wow. Saying something, damn it. Like $35 for a tarot? Come on, just like even for the first. That's how you get people involved. Like, oh no, I'll give you like, let's do one question. I'll pick out 7 cards for you and tell you what It just seems like something dumb. Like when people are like $35. No, and she wasn't even monetized yet, so you'd have to cash app that girl. So she gets no money today. She wants her cash now because I'm monetized, and I have to wait till the 21st of every month to get paid. So when people ask me tomorrow, like, dude, I get paid on the 21st, bro. So I'm sorry, I don't know.
Hit me up then.
Hopefully you forget, because unfortunately I am gonna still claim broke. So how do y'all know Mecca? I know Mecca, like you said, we used to host a wrestling podcast. How do we all know Mecca? And I call him Mecca because he was Andrew Mecca Davis when I met him on Facebook or something.
Oh, Andrew. Oh, okay. Yeah.
See, you didn't know who I was talking about. Who's Mecca? Who's this weird guy talking about?
Let's be quiet.
Andrew Mecca Davis. That's how I met him. That was his name when I met him. I don't know what he is now.
Superman.
Yep.
I'm
Or
still that.
Mr.
Still that on
Mr.
Facebook.
Sophie.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my name to I'm gonna
crap, he's back. Let's quit talking about him. Oh man.
Well,
Can you go back to your bathroom
this.
again for 20 minutes, bro?
This. It's been one of those nights. It's been a stressful day. It's been a stressful week.
What, I've known you like, 4 or 5 years now, something like that?
When did we meet? That's a good question. I don't even know when I met most people because it's weird because I've been in this space for like 13, 15 years. So like there's people.
Were you 12?
What would you say?
What, were you 12?
So I've been podcasting since I was like 21, right? So like there's all these people that I've met along the way, and everybody has come in a different way, and it's weird because people come, people go, right? But then things change, and then you have people that have been around for 6 years, and then people disappear, right? And that's not a shot at anybody, but like people leave the space, right?
That's not a shot at anybody. That's a shot at everybody.
No.
All the way around. All of us are nameless to this dude. We don't matter. He's got so many friends. Fuck this guy.
I've had people who have passed away in this space. Like I mean, you know, it's a weird entity, right? I'm being honest about it. Is that like?
Listen, bro. All you do, I go live every day. And I get the weirdest shit ever. Like I have people that come and go. Mecca has had like Crossfire. What was that guy? That guy Winston still remembers you, Mecca. He still brings you up.
I have nothing against him. Nothing against him.
No, I'm not saying he has. He just asked about it. He's a troll for troll. He's the reason I have a call-in show. Oh, I know your phone number. You don't know my number. Shut up. 214-624. Man, this motherfucker knows my number, dude. All right. I guess we got a call-in show now. So now I have a call-in show because of that guy. But it's better to keep keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. I have women that come in my channel and you'll see them hardcore for like a month, and then all of a sudden they get a boyfriend and you don't see them at all. And they come back and like, oh yeah, I had a baby. What you had a baby?
I mean, look, I got a list of enemies, right? But also, you know what is? I got shit to do, right? I mean, this is how I view it, right? I mean, the way I view it, it's very simple in my world. I'm not here to fight anybody. I got shit to do and I got a lot of money to make. And I want to accomplish shit. So me fighting somebody, unless there's a reason for me to fight you and go to war with you, I'm not going to war with you because, well, you know, when I go to war with somebody, my objective is to end you. And there are many ways that will happen, preferably with lawyers.
My YouTube rule, if we're fucking or fighting, you got to show up at my door first. And I hope I don't get you messed up because I would hate to have to fuck somebody that wants to fight.
Well,
let's
just say that if somebody shows up to my door and they're not a guest,
they're not going to show up.
There's a barrel waiting for them.
This is YouTube. Nobody's showing up at anybody's door.
I don't know about that.
I'll be over
I
next
promise
Thursday.
you that. If they are, they've got to be very into causing some crap, dude. Nobody is that into it.
I'll ask Chris a question. Are there people in comics who you are concerned about who will show up to your door? There's a few. There's a few.
I don't know.
There's a few.
There's a few. Your door? What does that mean?
That they will find out where you live and they will knock on your door. There's a few.
Oh, nah.
There's a few.
No.
Chris,
if there's a few, that's like 1 out of 1 million, and that might be in comics. Because you might have a fan that's really into your work over years and years and years.
We're not talking about a fan. We're talking. Chris knows who I'm talking about, right?
Don't know.
We're not going to say who it is.
Yeah.
They have to be a fan in some sort of way if they're coming to his house trying to hurt him or something.
Chris, you know who it is. Chris, you know who it is now.
I'm sure I know a lot of people.
Chris, you know who it is. I sent it to you in the chat.
Yeah, that fruit. I mean,
he's the one. He's the one, right?
He ain't getting out his mom's trailer.
I understand, but
he's
crazy.
All I know is, dude, I have multiple sclerosis. I am crippled. I'm an old fat man.
We're not talking about you.
Oh, but what I'm saying is, dude, if you show up at my door, you don't want to get your ass kicked by an old fat white dude, bro. That's crippled. How are you gonna explain that to people? Because I will beat the crap out of you. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I got early day tomorrow. I want to end up taking my departure. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
Anytime.
Please, if you get a chance, post that Earth 4 link for the new Kickstarter, and we'll pick it up on the next one.
Alfred, before we let you go, why don't you tell us where people can find everything and all that stuff?
Right now, like I said, the pre-launch page for Earth 4 is on Kickstarter. Please go check it out. Sign up. It's a 100-page crossover with me and a list of indie creators like Dan San, Nigel Flood, C.T. Parker,
that's Stellaris,
Peter Broer, and a lot more. Brian German. So check it out. Please sign up if you can. If you like a lot of action, a lot of different art variants. You got a lot of people involved, from Iwan to Dodi Eka to Felipe. So we got a lot of artists involved, and it's a big project, and it looks absolutely incredible. So check that out. Earthfall on Kickstarter. The pre-launch page is up now, so please check it out. Other than that, look out for page one comics titles. I'm with Philbo Distribution now, so a lot of my titles starting this month is in their catalog, and we're just keeping it going. We got a big crossover, Hostile Assets coming up.
Just backed it
with Haunted Pizza. So look out for all the new titles. We're really we got a big 2026, 27 years coming up with a lot of titles.
And I'm sure I'll get you on my show when Earthfall and all that stuff launches. And
yeah. Sounds like a plan. But I sent you the link. Please present the link to them, and everybody go check it out, and please sign up if possible.
Cool.
Good.
Absolutely.
I'll be right back.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all, and no Sophie Cunningham basketball watching for you
Right? Right? We know why you went to the bathroom.
All right, gentlemen, have a good night.
See you, Paige.
You too. Chris, you're in charge. I'll be right back. I just had a soda explode on me, and I just want to wipe that up. So,
all right.
I actually mean like it kind of exploded my Dr. Pepper. So,
all right,
Chris, you're in charge. I'll be right back.
Why the fuck is Chris in charge?
I don't know. I was gonna bounce. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but why is he just assumed Chris gets to be in charge? I just don't appreciate that. Whatever, dude. It's messed up. Chris, you're in charge.
So you tell me about you. We've never met before, I don't think. Did we?
I think we did. He's invited people on his show, man. On our show when we used to do it a lot. Do you like wrestling, dude?
Used to back in the 90s, early 2000s, but then it turned really kind of just lame.
Dude, it sucks so much, dude.
Yeah.
I got really into it, because I like you. I was into it back in the day. And I'm like, dude, my grandmother was she was super white trashy, bro. Every Saturday morning she watched like the WWF live or whatever it was. And like, I remember my grandmother saying, I remember, Mabel? Remember Mabel?
Oh, yeah.
I remember her say he'd come out there and she'd be dancing with him and singing. She'd be like, Mabel's one of the good ones. I'm like, Granny, you were fucking up, sweetheart. But all right. But she was old school. I think I went to the Sportatorium back in the day and shit.
Yeah. I think the only wrestling event I've ever been to, I saw Hogan versus Coco Beware. And so, that's how long I was watching. But I watched through the Doctor of Thugonomics, but after that I couldn't watch anymore.
Dude, and that's I went out right before that because my kid was born in 2002, my first daughter, so it was kind of like I was over that shit. But then when Vince got out and Triple H took over, they were doing some cool stuff, and I got really into them. And I was like, yeah, dude, you want to do a podcast? Because Mecca's the only person I know that likes wrestling. So I was like, yeah, dude, let's talk about it. Because it's the only person I know about. And I had a thing about, I had this whole John Cena's bald watch thing, bald spot watch, because I'm a bald dude. And the fact that he just like, I mean, that hat will fall on and be like, no, trying to cover it up and shit. I'm like, bro, dude. And now he's like getting his stuff. Like, all right, dude, whatever. Yeah. But then I remember getting prepared for our stupid show, and just everything about me, oh, they just suck so much. Everything about them just sucks so much. So,
well, everybody's the same. Everybody looks the same. Everybody acts the same.
The only thing that's different is Danhausen.
Danhausen is awesome.
Guy's great. Guy's great.
Danhausen's great, but is it
it's not enough.
I only watch Raw and SmackDown through the highlights on YouTube. Or WrestleMania the next day. Like, just a recap of it and shit. And he never shows up on the highlights. You always have to go looking for his stuff. And, I don't know, I mean, he's not good. He's funny, but you can catch his stuff on YouTube real quick.
Yep.
It's not a reason to watch a 3-hour or 2-hour broadcast of crap.
I'll be honest with you. I actually stopped watching Raw. I stopped watching SmackDown, and I watch NXT a lot now. NXT is a solid product. I think in many ways it's better than Raw and SmackDown. And I'm not saying I'm not AEW at all. I just don't have the bandwidth for it.
Voted best YouTuber.
What'd you say?
Nothing. I'm getting this thing. I'm sorry. I was listening to you, dude. I'm sorry if I interrupted you.
I'm going back to the indies. So I'm watching a lot of GCW. I'm watching a lot of like ICW. Like the indies are where it's at. Like beyond wrestling open. Like that. And what I love about wrestling open is that the matches are only 10 fucking minutes. It's a 10-minute time. That's it. So if the match sucks, guess what happens? You only have 10 minutes. If it doesn't work, it's not a waste of your fucking time. You don't have a 45-minute match of something fucking stupid. Like, I don't really want to see nothing against Edge or Randy Orton, but I don't need to see you guys in an Iron Man match. Like,
I think they're both on two different like products at the moment, like completely. Edge and Randy Orton. I don't even watch AEW, but I think isn't Edge on AEW and Randy Orton.
I'm using that as an example.
I'm having a shitty example, Mecca. Fuck.
Okay. I'll give you a better example. SummerSlam.
So
Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. I don't really need to see that again. I've seen it 20 times, and I don't need to see it for a 21st time, right? I'm not interested, right, in that match. Okay? Now, if we get, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, that's interesting. We haven't really seen that.
Isn't that on the first night, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes?
I think so. So I'm interested in that match, right? To be honest, because we've never seen that before. For the most part, I don't think we've seen it. Or we've only seen it once, right? Okay, we got something interesting now, and I don't like the way they did it. I thought it was ridiculous. You take the belt off of Cody with Sammy, and then you put it on Sami Zayn, and then you get it onto
He needed the belt for 10 days, Mecca. God, dude.
It was fucking stupid as shit.
He deserved that belt for 10 days. This guy doesn't even give two fucks about what we're talking about, man. He's like, I have no idea. He's like Sami Zayn. I've never heard of him before.
No, I haven't, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome, dude. No. But
I want to ask you something though. Big issue with WCW back in the day was they spent so much time, and with TNA, catering to the people that should have retired 10 years ago. If you're telling me Edge in his in his 50s now?
Pretty close to it, yeah.
Yeah, is over there at AEW and all that. I mean, aren't they doing the same kind of thing? Shouldn't they instead focus on the new people, try to build up who they have instead of,
WWE seems to be cutting old people, or like trying to restructure their contract and shit. They ain't playing around with this stuff. They're not playing around with this stuff, dude. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I know that's why I stopped doing the wrestling thing with Mac, because I just had nothing else to say anymore. It was just terrible. And you see, my bald spot watch worked, Mecca. He's taking care of it, just so you know. It's all because of me.
I'm glad.
All you, baby.
I'm glad. No. My point about it is that I think the product is average at best. Right now, I think they have moments that are awesome. I think they have moments that are great, right? And I think they have horrible moments too. But it's average at best. But it is what it is, but like I'm not watching Monday Night Raw. There's no good reason for me to.
Do you guys watch?
Go ahead.
Do you guys watch that? What the heck was it? I forget what it is. Wherever they do the behind the scenes, where they show you how things are really done.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched parts of that or some of it.
Is that any good?
It's just another part. It's hard to tell is it really unreal? It's like, is the real world the real world?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they know all the cameras are sitting there. They know what's like where they're being filmed. So just like that Road Dog scene where you had like, I just don't know what, nobody's hearing me. There's nobody. And then a couple months later, he's out the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just
now what I think is more honest is Dark Side of the Ring.
Well, that hasn't been. Yeah, it is honest as fuck because it has nothing to do with WWE at all.
I mean, I just watched. I don't know if you saw this one, Keenan, but they just did the TNA episode.
Yeah, I think I've seen all three, but I watched it on YouTube though. I watched it.
I watched it on YouTube too. I saw it on YouTube, right? And I think I only saw part 1. I don't know if there's a part 2 coming.
There's a part 1 with episode 1 and 2, and then there's a part 3 with just episode 3.
I didn't see
YouTube too.
I didn't see part 3 yet. So but I saw the first part, right? And that was great. That was great, and it gives a real perspective on what the hell was happening, right? But like we look at Chris Candido in that. We look at all the what was it, the Flight from Hell? I don't know if you know that one, Chris, where it was that crazy fight where everybody got smashed.
No, I just found out.
And Ric Flair assaulted somebody, sexually assaulted a female flight attendant.
That happens every day, dude. Jesus. If Ric Flair's on a flight, he's sexually assaulting some bitch.
Or crashing it.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. My point though is that the product is average at best.
Yeah.
But they make money and they pump money, but I'm not going to a WWE event. I can't afford it.
Nobody is, dude. I mean, they only sold SummerSlam's coming up and they sold like 22,000 of a 70,000 seat venue. That's nothing.
Yeah.
If they would have put in that, I think that's so. Maybe they sold 30,000 over both nights, but if you put both nights together, then maybe you have something. Yeah, like if you just have one night, for some reason they just want to suck everybody dry. That's crazy. Wrestling isn't supposed to suck everybody dry.
No, it's supposed to be for every person.
Well, I mean, wrestling is supposed to suck. I mean, it sucks me dry every time. I'm sorry. But it is like, if you really watch it, it's like Skin and Max for like homosexual men, for real. For real. Like, I'd be watching it sometimes, like, that dude's crotch is right in that guy's mouth. Right. And he's like holding him up here, and then like, that might be the most homosexual thing I've ever seen. I'm not for sure.
Thank God we rehearsed this for 30 minutes before the match. What?
Right. Don't worry. That part is covered. But even if that part's covered up, you still got a dude's thighs right there. It's just so much close contact, dude. I'm a weird individual, bro. I don't like stuff like that too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have, like, this is, and I'm sure this is the story for your shit. This is what you want to talk about. I've dipped my toes in the swinger lifestyle, right? And I went to a swinger club. And when me and the girl got there, like, her friends were there, another couple or whatever. And when the couple left before us, and when that couple left, you kiss the girl goodbye, and the dude, like, kissed me on the cheek. The weirdest part was the 5 o'clock shadow on my face, bro. That was like, yeah, that's why I can't do this stuff. No. That scruffy stuff, I could not do that, man. There's just no way.
Yeah, it would turn me off for pretty fast.
That's why I shave.
Sure. That's why you like the WNBA. You like a tough broad.
Yeah,
men
exactly.
anyway.
You like a tough broad, Mecca.
They're half dudes anyway.
You said
There's only
it.
things I can say on this.
He said it, not me for once.
At least you agreed.
I'm just gonna accept and move on because I know I can't win the fight. So
move on, Mecca. Move on, Mecca. So what you been up to, Mecca? Besides you doing the what podcast or stuff? Who you been interviewing? I saw an interview of yours the other day on the thing. I was just scrolling through real quick. Unfortunately,
it was a cool interview. So he did some independent trading card stuff for JCW. So that's ICP stuff. So Insane Clown Posse. They're wrestling for
yeah, dude. I'm wearing I look like I'm Fred Durst. You don't think I know who Insane Clown Posse is?
I don't know. I don't assume, man.
Mother flower. I can't even. That's why we stopped talking, bro. Because you say stupid. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. But yeah, dude. I know JCW.
He was releasing a card set. I said, dude, how do I get one of these, man? And then we started talking. I'm like, yeah, let's go fucking do an interview, man. He's like, yeah, absolutely. So it was cool because it was a little bit outside what I normally do. And it was a good interview. And yeah, I'm doing that stuff. And then, I'm looking, obviously, just the job market is complicated. Recalibrating my life, for lack of a better word.
I'm sorry to interrupt you in your life. Real quick, I just want to ask, did that guy like the WNBA too? Did y'all converse about that? And then we can get back to your life. I'm sorry to interrupt you about your life.
No. So, what it is that I'm figuring out my next steps in my life, and figuring out how to handle stuff and some other things, and so sometimes you got to take good stock of your life, and figuring out eBay and all, because the world's a crazy place, right now, and I don't want to get too much into it, but people's buying habits have changed, what people are interested in buying. I got all these comic assets and comic books that I just can't sell. And so it sucks because your business is one thing, and then unfortunately your business changes and you have to adapt in the middle of it, but you have to figure out capital. And so that's what this year has been. It's been frustrating and rewarding at the exact same time. And it's a weird one because I'm smarter than I've ever been in my eBay business, but I'm not as successful as I wish I was. I don't know does that make sense? Like it's a weird one.
It sounds like a fucking country song. It sounded like a country song, Mecca. I'm smarter than I ever been, but my business is half of what it was. That sounds like, and I'm from Texas, so I know country songs, bro. If you want to write this, Mecca, we could do this, dude.
It's whatever, but I mean, again, it's just been a weird, probably like 13 months in my world. And
again, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to make a joke. I mean, I was making a joke about it, but I apologize.
No. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny because I could laugh. Let me put it this way: you didn't tell me that so I'll be honest, and I failed in where I wanted to be, right, and what I thought it was going to be, but. I understand the failure is temporary, right? And I take open stock about problems, right? So I understand that this has not been good. I also understand that it's temporary, right? And things are going to get better. Something's going to come, and my life is going to get better again. It's just a weird 13 months in my life. But I could also find that things are funny when you say, "Oh, it's like a country song." I think it's funny. I don't think it's personal, right? Is my point I'm making. So, unless you made it personal, people have done personal things to me that have crossed lines. This is not one of those circumstances. But
dude, you are an angry little guy, Mecca. You are an angry little guy, dude. Why are you so mad?
No, that's somebody else. That's somebody else.
Dude, back me up, broski. Back me up. He's an angry guy, dude. Angry guy. I feel like if we were face to face, you would already punch me in my throat.
Why would I be angry? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. You're just angry, bro. Don't be so mad. I feel
I'm
like
not mad.
I want to give Mecca stones. That's what I want to do. I want to get Mecca high. I feel like,
Mecca
and
high,
that's
Mecca
I
high.
feel like I totally be like Mecca,
And
Mecca
now I'm
high,
gonna get
Mecca high.
angry. Now
No.
I'm actually angry about the situation, and now I'm upset. Like, no.
But it is midnight, and
Oh.
I'm old, so
I probably
Yeah,
gotta
take it
do. I'm so sorry I was late, Mecca. I'm sorry, dude.
That's okay. That's okay. So is everybody bouncing or what?
Yeah,
I
I'm
got-
probably gonna have to go, dude. I'm sorry too, man.
Well, obviously, I will give everybody, everybody can promote themselves before we get out of here. And I don't know who wants to promote themselves first.
He can promote himself.
I do that all the time. I'm just Chris, Laughing Road Games, Laughing Road PA on the old X thing. Come hang out if you like games and books and stories, things that are bringing back action and adventure that you don't get these days.
Chris, I have a question. Any chance you'd have interest in being a live dungeon master?
I was doing it for a while. I just stopped a couple of weeks ago. I don't do it over the summer because the kids are home, but I do it during the during the fall when everybody's at school.
Freaking kids, bro. Freaking kids. No, I'm joking.
Dude, before I bounce, did you ever see the show Invincible or the comic?
Yeah, I watched the show on Amazon.
So I'm a reviewer for them, and they just sent me the Invincible RPG, so I'm getting that in. They sent me the whole kit, Holmes, and so we're going to be running that if you're down.
Damn, I'd be down. That'd be cool. Yeah.
All right.
Are you gonna put links in the stuff, Mecca? Or can I contact Mecca to get?
Either
I'll
way,
contact Mecca to get a hold of you somehow.
you know where I'm at.
I'll figure it out. And you know me, we are all Bob's products. You'll find me. If you give a crap, right, Mecca. I don't need your clicks. I don't need your clicks. Forget y'all. Leave. Leave now. No, I'm joking. Mecca, it's good to hang out with you for a minute, bro. I'm sorry that we have to end it early. I'm sorry I was late, dude.
Well, I'm going to promote myself before we end this. Obviously, I am, Pop Anime Comics on X, Pop Anime Comics on Instagram, Pop Anime Comics on YouTube. Please subscribe. Got 1,300 interviews, almost 2,100 videos. A lot of content's out there, a lot of interview stuff. A lot of interesting people come on. There's a lot more coming in the next few weeks, hopefully. But there's a lot of stuff to watch, all stuff. And I can't assure you will get smarter by watching me, but I will ensure you will be entertained. Then the other thing I run is I do run a card channel, and I talk a lot about card collecting and other stuff, and that is Big Boy Card Collecting. It's my latest project, so look for us on YouTube, all sorts of stuff. And in the next few weeks, probably I'm going to be gearing up and building out a weekly card kind of guide for something that I wanted when I first started, and hopefully people will find that to be helpful in their journey, because I believe in free education and helping the community, and that's my whole thing. So I really believe in card education, and if you're interested in the space, that's kind of where to go for that. And I put a lot of effort into those videos, so I'm really excited to release them probably in the next 2-3 weeks, starting to one a week. So that's kind of my big project that I'm working on. And I run an eBay store too, Pop Anime Comics Collectibles. Got a lot of cool stuff out there, but I don't want to bother anybody and promote. Yeah, I'd like to thank my guests, and hopefully go check out what they do, all three of them. And hopefully you guys enjoyed hanging out with us for a while and all that fun stuff. And thanks for watching, everybody. And maybe we'll do this in like a week and a half or so with some other guests and everything in between. So this is everybody. Have a good weekend, and peace.